Welcome to another side session of Philly by Night. Tonight's side session is entitled Hawk's Night Out. The current in-character date is, I believe we established it is March 19th. Yes, March 19th, 2025. Tonight, as the sun sets behind the Philadelphia skyline, Hawk, you once again rouse from day sleep, hungry.
Nothing new.
We have got to do something about that.
Yeah.
Tonight, as you rouse from day sleep, you feel a body entangled with yours. You feel a
Uh-huh.
hand glide up your chest, tangle in your hair. And as you look over, you see the twisted, hungry face of Laurent d'Albert, fangs bared and distended, and as he lunges for your throat, he evaporates like so much fog in the morning sun.
Cool. Just something to add to the nightmare that he had a few days before.
Uh-huh.
Or month before. Who knows? Time is.
Oh, no. No. It's been like 4 days.
Oh, great. Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, I mean, it's not great for him, but the sad part is he's grown used to it because of how often he wakes up at Hunger 3. So, uh,
Mm-hmm.
he takes a moment to calm down as he has become morning ritual. Uh and then he starts to get dressed. I figured. And he starts to get dressed, and he is at the mirror. Well, he's at the mirror, making sure that all of his scarring and everything is completely covered. Uh, Making sure that like his sleeves are a bit longer than his hands, his collar is all the way up, all that fun stuff. And then he'll go to herd to get his hunger down.
Yep. And you will call upon one of the members of your herd. And let's see here. Let me see who is summoned from your herd.
Cool. Yeah. As a bagger, usually his herd is just blood bags, but
Oh, yes. That's
after
right.
that,
So you
okay, yeah.
so you wouldn't get a resonance from your herd.
Okay, well, nothing's changed.
Cuz
Um,
yeah, cuz bagged blood doesn't carry a resonance. So yeah, your usual dealer is able to drop off a bag of blood for you, but you know.
he probably got based on early season 2 stuff. He probably got a different dealer because the guy was acting weird.
Yep.
So
He
the
was
new
acting kind
dealer
of
got
shady, kind of cagey.
yeah. So uh, rather safe than sorry. Just got a new guy. Um, and yeah, he got a text message from Rowan saying that
Last
Rowan
night.
would pick. Yep, last night saying that he would pick him up. So
Yep.
Hawk's just like kind of. I mean, the image is T posing in the corner, waiting for your friend to arrive. But truly, he's just kind of going on the computer and doing just looking up some people that he's had interest like he's been interested in looking up and doing some research and just some quiet coterie stuff while he's waiting for Rowan to show up.
And it doesn't take long for Rowan to show up at all. Outside of your haven, you will actually hear the sound of a car horn playing the opening notes of Rush's Fly By Night.
Hawk just sighs, knowing that he lives in an apartment where there's other people, and he's like, they might be upset. I might get an angry letter, but I don't care. Hey, Humanity 5 does that to a person. And
it's Philadelphia. You don't exactly live in like the most upscale neighborhood, so
yeah, and it's
I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah,
It's
she's
a
fine.
college town. This is not the worst thing that they've heard outside of the apartment.
That is true. I'm pretty sure it's one of the better things they've heard. And so yeah, he'll just shoot a text that says he's on his way down, and he'll head over to the very familiar van, and head to the front, because he rarely gets the sit shotgun because Sifra's usually there. So he'll sit shotgun unless Rowan tells him not to.
As you climb in, Rowan looks at you, and he tosses his thumb over his shoulder.
Okay, yeah. So he gives like a nod of like, I figured, and heads into the back.
As you get in the back, you will find both of the middle of the van captain's chairs are swiveled to face the bench seat in the back.
Yeah.
And sitting on the bench seat, in the center of the bench seat, in the back, is your Primogen.
The fuck? Okay.
Oh, I don't like how little that made y'all. One moment, please.
We're just little guys.
There we go. That is much better.
Yeah, little guys. Sure, buddy. Yeah. You would see Cyrene sitting in the back in a what looks to be very classy, almost all white lounge set with a like kind of white cinch corset belt in the middle. Hair is completely bleached white. Makeup, like the eyeshadow is kind of sparkly white as well. They're just sitting there, hands folded on the table and waiting.
Yeah, Hawk just looks at his. What did I do wrong now?
And she'll motion for the door to be shut before they start talking.
Oh yeah, the door was shut as soon as Hawk started making his way back into the back of the van.
Perfect. I didn't know if it was still open. And she'll just... Fun fact, you can accidentally mute yourself by hitting a space bar. Anyways. Whoops. And she'll just kind of raise an eyebrow at you, Hawk, and let out a sigh. What do you think you did?
There's so many things. Always. Breathing being the first one, but waking up is certainly a close second. There's probably 3rd through 20.
She's gonna say, we're gonna need to work on that, because congrats, we're kindred. We're not supposed to apologize for what we are. That's how we get killed. But she will reach into her pocket and pull out what looks to be a printout of text messages.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I'm aware.
Is Hawk gonna look at them?
He knows what they are. He doesn't need to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why he said, I'm aware. Like, if the second he sees, oh, it's a green or blue bubble, whatever type of phone.
Green bubble.
Okay, green bubble.
Android superiority.
God forbid we have an iPhone here. Yeah, he's like, oh, yeah. I know, I got a little bit too into explaining things, and I got a little bit too loose on the lips.
Hawk, remind me again, because I'm old and I forget things. When were you embraced?
Long enough to know that I shouldn't have done that.
Okay. Good. We're good there. Secondly, you remember John and the reason why he's taking his big nap?
He's like rubbing at his arms at this point. Just, I'm fully aware.
She will gesture to the text messages. That is going to bring that whole mess of trouble back.
Yes, I'm aware, and once I realized that I was speaking a bit too freely without using the proper language, I stopped the responses. I can look into getting them deleted.
If they made their way to me, there's no way to get them to be deleted. Covered up, probably, but as many a person likes to say on a book review, the internet is forever.
Yes, something I'm still learning.
It is at this point that Rowan will pipe up from the front seat. Oh, I got him taken care of. But that's it. Next time, I'm putting you down for a nap.
Thank you, Sheriff Everly. We'll head over to the Chancellor Harpy to discuss rectifying ledgers.
Would make sense. If you didn't put me down for a nap, I'd be concerned.
At this point, Cyrena's just kind of rubbing their temples a little bit and takes off the glasses they're wearing. Hawk, I am not trying to... Both you and I have had disagreements with leadership styles before.
Cyrene, I'm not trying to say this as if it's an annoyance. This is standard procedure. I made a mistake and I slipped up. That usually only happens to fledglings or neonates. And I was given my one warning because I am older and I should know better. Yes, that is how standard procedure works. I'm not upset by it. This is how it works.
Buddy, your ledger is in the negative. This is the last freebie I can give you.
Okay.
She's going to gesture to his arms. Do you actually want it to matter, or do you just want it to be another sin to regret and torture yourself with?
What mattered? The incident?
Yes.
It does matter. And as I stated, I got a bit too caught up in teaching that I let things slip. I got a bit comfortable. I wasn't as alert as I should have been.
I get you, but I'm trying to tell you, Hawk, the only reason Sheriff Everly has not put you into a torpor for a period of time disclosed by Prince Alicia Sexton the Merciful is as a personal favor to me.
I understand.
I am telling you, there is no more social credit. I'm not trying to be like our former primogen or your sire or everybody else. I am trying to give you the chance you're supposed to get, that we all got, because we've all done fucked up. But this is the last chance I can give you. We've got the Presidium in town. They're sniffing around about everything that happened with the Hunters and John. And you best believe they're lucky that they never uncovered what we covered when we were taking care of that little rat's nest. We still got the
Not
Alamut
to-
looking at us.
Not to
And-
mention everything that happened under Burke.
Yes, no, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Yes, I am fully aware.
You're aware, Rowan pipes up from the driver's seat, but you sound like you don't give a shit.
That's just my tone of voice.
And there is kind of this sound from Rowan, like, okay.
I've been told my tone of voice has made people assume that I do not care recently. And I know. And I'm actively working on it.
I'm grateful you're trying to pull yourself back up. I've been there. It's hell in a handbasket and it fucking sucks. I watched what it did to somebody I really care about. The problem is, fuck. As much as I'm your friend and former coterie mate,
You're also my pre-mission, and you have... There's responsibilities that come with it, where being friends and former coterie mates don't matter.
like I said, as a favor to me, Sheriff Everly and others ain't gonna put you down right now, but you need to be careful.
And as this conversation winds along, the van pulls up in front of the Philadelphia Museum of Art. And Rowan will look back and just kind of give a nod to Cyrene. And they will step out and head inside Elysium. We will. Bloop, bloop.
Bloop, bloop.
Oh, no worries. Anyway, so as Cyrene steps back into Elysium, you'll hear Rowan kind of pat thump shotgun as a gesture of like, okay, now you can come up.
Like a fucking dog. Just like, all right. You got done being yelled at. As a treat.
I didn't say you got done being yelled at.
Oh, yeah, no, but like, now the yelling at gets to go for the front seat with a pup cup. So he'll... Sorry, I'm just making a face at the chat. And he'll head up to the front.
And as Rowan glides away from the sidewalk, his voice is low. You're, what, 200 some?
A little less.
Do you know how long I've been at Kindred?
Not even 2 full years, Rowan.
See, it's not just the tone of your voice. It's what you say that chaps people's fucking asses. You always have to be so goddamn condescending to people. Like you know it all, like you've seen it all, like you've done it all. I have to watch people I love age and fucking die. The man I call my father is currently in torpor. I have to watch a woman I consider like a mother to me be crushed under the weight of his legacy. And then I have you. What have you accomplished in 200 years that gives you the fucking audacity to talk to people the way you talk to them?
Do I know if Rowan knows?
You do not know if Rowan knows. You know about Rowan's history.
Yes.
Because, like, that boy is, for a fledgling, that boy is dangerous.
Yes. But I do not know if he knows that I am Caitiff.
Yeah, he has. As far as you know that he knows, you're a Tremere.
Okay.
Like you have no idea if he knows about your status or not.
Okay. So because I do not know, he is going to bite his tongue. And he's not going to say anything.
He just kind of tightens his grip on the wheel. I'm not saying this shit to be an asshole. Trust me, there are plenty of other kindred in the city that can be an asshole if they want to be. I'm saying this because I've watched people die for less. I watched Natasha do absolutely everything in her power to be a good shadow. And the prince still put her to death.
You wouldn't say anything if you didn't at least have an inkling of care. I know. People don't tend to put forth the effort of getting angry with things that they don't care about.
And with that, he just shrugs, reaches out and turns the radio up a little bit. You hear the soft sounds of Rush begin to filter through the cabin. First stop is Decay. I got word that you were looking to meet with her.
Yes. I am working on my social skills.
Oh, good. Good. And that's the only comment that he makes on it. But that good feels loaded. And I'm going to take a second. I'm going to check in real quick.
Yeah.
Green, blue, yellow, red.
I'm fine. I'm totally green. Hawk is just like, I'm fucking trying, and there's so much shit I can't say to you that would make sense. That would make
we could call that blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could call that blue. You're good. Your character is going through it.
Yeah, my character is he is frustrated in a way of like, things would make so much fucking sense if I was able to just tell you the truth.
Have you tried? What's the worst that could happen?
I get killed for being a caitiff?
Do you really think that the adopted child of John Sexton will put you to death for the crime of being a caitiff?
No, but can I just do a quick roll to see if, like a decision roll on if Hawk actually reveals that to Rowan?
Tell you what, give me an intelligence and insight.
I still got nothing in insight because I didn't add it. Okay. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. 2 successes.
Um, 2 successes. It's to Hawk's mind. Hawk can see that there is so much of Rowan that echoes John.
Yeah.
Like this child was clearly embraced, and either whatever happened to his actual sire, you are not sure. You cannot say. Rowan's not exactly chatty about that topic. But if you didn't know any better, you'd swear John embraced him himself.
Yeah.
from what you know about the Torpid Prince?
Yeah. Okay.
Because, like, admittedly, you don't know him that well, but you
No.
know enough that, like, you can make some inferences.
Yeah, there's enough that he does understand about John that he is able to make a couple of inferences. As they pull up, and there's like just that kind of like silence after the good. He doesn't let it linger too long into uncomfortable silence before he just kind of shifts in his chair and looks over at Rowan. Can you turn off the music for just a quick sec?
And he does. He reaches out and punches the volume knob. The music abruptly stops.
You are correct. I don't have any right to act the way I do. And I am aware of that fact, which is why I am acting and working on it, on fixing it, because I have been alive for a while, and so old stuff is just, it's hard to teach old dogs new tricks, but I'm forcing myself to learn these new tricks. But the reason why I have this kind of tone and these way I talk to people is because before Philadelphia, yes, I was a part of the Tremere Chantry. I don't know if you know this, but I am Caitiff. I'm not Tremere.
And I'm a Hakata adopted by a Ventru. What's your point?
Yeah, no, yes. Yes. Were you taught about, end times and stuff like that?
Yes, Harbingers of Gehenna, considered kill on sight in most Camarilla cities, but we're not most Camarilla cities.
Yes. But I came not from Philadelphia, and I lived 200 years under the radar. I had to act certain ways to survive, and it is being broken out of me in Philadelphia because that is not how you should talk or act to other people.
And this gets a small, slight nod out of Rowan.
So I'm not trying to do it maliciously. It is just a survival mechanism that I have used that I no longer need to use. And so I am actively trying to fix it. But that does come sometimes with the fact that it will still come out.
Well, at least you know you don't need it anymore. But
Yes, last year, and your father certainly helped me realize that. So,
yeah, he's good at beating sense into folk.
he's good at beating folk. He just gives a small cackle.
And he puts the van in park, shuts it off. We're not friends, Hawk. I need you to know that. I'm not your pal. I'm not your buddy. That's not to say I won't ever be, but I need you to know that I'm not.
Got it.
I have never been your friend. I'm not many people's friend. Friends hurt too much when they go. But I am willing to try to at least be civilized for the sake of this city. But if you speak to your primogen again, the way I heard you speak to your primogen tonight, and if you speak to me again, The way you spoke to me tonight, I don't care if you're a caitiff or Mithras himself. I will put you down. That is not a threat. That is not me waving my dick around. That is a statement of fact. Because Philadelphia does not need kindred like you. Philadelphia desperately needs better. I'll be in the van. Kay's waiting for you.
And Hawk just gives a nod and heads out.
So, what is going through Hawk's mind right now as he exits the van?
He's kind of realizing that he misread a situation, as per fucking usual for him. And thought that like in the past year, like with Rowan and the things that they've done together, he misread it. And he kind of just is sitting with the fact that he's kind of like completely alone.
Yeah.
And it has been once again reiterated that literally the only one that had faith in him was John. That not even Rowan has faith in him at this point.
Rowan didn't say he didn't have faith in you. He just made it clear he's not your friend.
Yeah.
So, like, what he has done for you has not been out of friendship.
No.
Which might actually mean a little bit more. Because, like, he has no friendly obligations. The things that he's done with you, the projects that he's helped you with, for all intents and purposes, could be said it was done simply because he wanted to help somebody out.
Based on the way that he spoke, Hawk's taking it as he did those things to help the city, not because he wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of ways that Hawk could read that.
Yeah, so he's just the little bit of like him finally opening up again after being hurt by like the breaking up of the coterie. Where he slowly has started to be like, okay, I can open myself up and try and do all this stuff. Just it being reiterated and it not physically being beaten into him, but it just being kind of quote unquote beaten into him that he is alone in this has kind of like closed him up again.
Ego feeling a bit bruised, is it?
Not ego, because to have an ego be bruised, you'd have to have an ego.
Not necessarily, but do go on.
Yeah, it's not necessarily. He's not. It's not bruised. It's just kind of like, oh well, I thought I had someone. Guess not. Cool. Well,
Does Does Hawk have any desire for introspection on that, or is he just like, well, I guess there's nobody that's in my corner. Oh well.
It's not that there's nobody in my corner. That's not it. Like, he knows that there's people in his corner. He wouldn't still be alive if there were not people in his corner.
Okay.
It's the fact that despite this being a kindred city, and despite everyone being kindred, he still has that teenage feeling of like, I want to have friends.
Yeah, it's a very understandable. Hawk is also fairly low on the humanity scale at this point.
Yeah, so like maybe in a
But
higher humanity, it would have been like, I'm sad that I have no friends. For the purpose of having friends, but with this lower humanity, it's I'm frustrated that I have no friends for the ability to have other people.
right.
Yeah, so there's a difference in perspective because of lower humanity, but the end result is still kind of the same.
So you were finding yourself here in the parking lot of Guilty Pleasures. The golden neon sign washes the parking lot in this faint golden glow. The building stands before you as though a cathedral built to sin and debauchery. As you enter the front door and stand in the vestibule, you are greeted by a doorman. Large, very imposing man. The name tag reads Alan. He says, "Welcome to Guilty Pleasures." And I had a tagline written out for this. Give me just 1 second while I pull it up again. I hate when I do that. Welcome to Guilty Pleasures, where your every desire is our business.
Does he say it in that tone?
No, it's
Oh,
a little
okay.
bit more sultry, a little bit more, like,
Okay.
oh. Welcome to Guilty Pleasures, where your every desire is our business.
Okay, so it's not like the I just gotta clock in, do the work, and leave.
No, this is a man that seems like he very thoroughly enjoys his job.
Okay. Does this look like a man that's just checking names and IDs, or does this look like a man where Hawk can be like, I'm here for a meeting with so and so, and then
You,
tell me where they are?
I mean, this man, he look like a man. Like, he looks like the doorman. He definitely looks like he's going to be checking you for weapons, checking your
Mhm.
identification. Like, he's going to be doing all the mundane doorman stuff, but he also
Yeah.
does have that air about him, especially the coiling rose tattoo that goes all the
Okay.
way up his left arm.
Okay. So it's not like a hey, I'm here. This is my name on the list. Who can you direct me to get in? So he can just direct. So he'll just give a nod and pull out his ID. Uh, do I know K's mask name, or is it just K?
You you would know, you would have been given Kay's mask name, and the
Okay.
doorman would also know Kay's mask name.
Okay.
Einar is currently drawing a blank.
That's totally fine. Hawk lets him know that he is here for a meeting with insert K's mask name here.
There is this almost wicked grin that spreads across the man's face. Oh, I heard she was going to be entertaining a special guest tonight. And he will reach behind the podium that stands next to him, and it looks like he is pressing a button. As the inner doors open up, they slowly open to reveal the main floor of Guilty Pleasures. There are a mixture of tables and chairs and booths where people are currently enraptured by what's going on the main stage. And as the doors open, the first thing that hits your ear is driving bass. The lights flash over the main stage. And go ahead and give me a wits and awareness, please.
Okay. Just a 1.
Well, that's fine, because there is... The difficulty was fairly low.
Yeah.
As the lights hit the stage and you see the dancer, it is very clearly Laurent. Clad in nothing more than a pair of white silk briefs and that thin gold collar around his throat. And he is giving it his all tonight.
Cool. Yeah, at first, seeing like with the button press and the and with the thing in private chat, it's chill. We're good. I'm
Yeah.
green. We're cool.
No. Okay.
Yeah, no, we're fine. And seeing the button press and seeing the door slide, it reminds him a lot of what happened with him and Lenka. And for a moment, he does like kind of tense up, but then like seeing Laurent on the dance floor, not wearing much save the collar and a few other bits, he stares for maybe a few seconds too long before he regains his composure. And he's just kind of now waiting for like instructions on where to go, because he's never been in some place like this before. So he's like,
And you find yourself amidst what can best be described as a temple to all things pleasurable. And right now, elevated on the main stage above it all, Laurent dances as though he is the patron deity of sin and debauchery and decadence, and, as old Greg would say, all things that are good. It leaves you standing there, transfixed almost. And I will be right back. I must use the bathroom. So this is where we will
No
introduce
worries.
our wonderful Kay.
Hello.
So, Kay's just going to be in a doorway. Full geisha gown. Black and red. Full geisha makeup, like white foundation powder. Everything. Perfect. Did you manage to lose the doorman?
He kind of looks behind him, I'm going to assume because Einar went to go grab something to eat, the doorman has been lost forever. So he's going to just kind of give a small nod.
She's just gonna do the, mirror into the room and back out of the doorway so that Hawk can go
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. He'll walk in.
Lesson 1. What do you see? She's gonna take out a fan and whap him with it.
But he's like, presently? Oh, ow. Presently or
Yes,
when I
what
first
do you
walked in?
see?
Oh, okay. Uh, is she asking specifically like her or the area?
Probably closer to her. The area looks like you just walked into a silk tent. Like, it's an office in Guilty Pleasures, but you might as well have stepped into frickin' Japan.
Okay. He just kind of looks at her for a long moment before. I see a woman who holds the most power in the room directly in front of me, wearing an outfit that will probably come into
Whap! You are
use later.
overthinking it.
Oh, ow.
What do you see? How am I dressed?
Like a geisha.
Geisha.
Geisha, sorry. I dare say Indianapolis didn't really have all that much culture in it, so apologies.
Whack! You are also incorrect. I am not just a geisha. What are men hiring when they hire a geisha?
A therapist? A dominatrix?
A man who hires a geisha is looking for the perfect woman.
Oh, I.
So the role.
Hawk does not know that.
The
Hawk
role
would not know that.
It's
that I
okay.
am
He's
playing-
learning.
The role that I am playing in this costume is perfect woman.
The perfect woman. Yes.
Yes. Pale as the moon. Red lips.
I mean, I know this is probably going to sound like a stupid question, and I probably already know the answer to said stupid question, but wouldn't a perfect woman differ from each man?
No.
Straight men are very confusing. So a perfect woman in a man's eyes, says the man, is a woman with white skin, red lips.
The makeup is anonymity. Men who hire me don't see me. They see the fantasy. They see the role.
The performance that you are putting on.
Yes.
I am guessing then I must become Goetia.
You have
Geisha,
the
sorry,
wrong-
sorry.
You have the wrong anatomy.
Yes, no, I'm not meaning literally. I'm meaning in the sense of I must become
A role.
perfect. A
A-
role, yes.
A
role.
role.
Yes.
We all play roles.
Yes, and I am trying to relearn the role that was taught to me a long time ago. So
Build
all
a new
help
one.
is appreciated. Correct,
Build a
which
new
is
one.
what I'm actively trying to do.
What does a Ventru wish to see?
Profit.
And how do you become an individual who appears as if they will assist in that endeavor?
Offer up someone who is. He thinks for a bit. Offer up someone who can help pull strings or get them connections.
Whap!
Ah,
That is a gift. That is not a role. What type of people garner respect and attention from the Clan of Kings?
he almost says tools, but then he doesn't. Because that's old people talk. That's he is trying to not have that idea anymore.
How them knuckles feeling, Hawk?
They fucking hurt. I thought it was more like the Simba, where it's just the forehead. But also but also the knuckles. If it's also on the knuckles, that also fucking hurts.
Just whap.
Yeah. The problem, the problem is not Hawk doesn't know. It's that Nico can't remember the fucking word. For
Take your time.
what Hawk is trying to convey. So this is me trying to figure out a way to say it. The ADHD is truly ADHDing right now.
Maybe if you tried to talk out the concept, we can help you find the word. I do this all the time for people, so like don't
the word
don't sweat it.
The word that just is that keeps like going into my mind, which I know is not the correct word, but it's the only word that is coming to me, which is the word interesting. But like, yeah, but also no.
What is the prince known for? He has a very good eye for.
There we go. Talent. There we go. Fucking got it. Thank you.
We got you there. No worries.
There we go.
Yeah.
G'day does this for me all the time, so don't sweat it.
That was purely a Nico cannot remember the fucking word. Not Hawk does not know.
So Hawk would respond that they look for talent.
Talent. They look for talent.
Yes, and competence.
Yes. Competence was the other fucking word that I was looking for.
The role that you were playing the other night at the party would not garner attention that you desire.
Yeah, no,
in a
I figured.
boardroom.
Yeah, no, what I put on for the Toreador, I know only kind of works for Toreador. I've used it a lot when I've needed to.
So what role are we going to play for the kings?
Well, in the Toreador party, I just kind of assumed the role of a Toreador, but with Ventrus, that's not really going to fly.
Being a Toreador or being another Ventru? Quit
Being
thinking.
You're telling the Tremere to stop thinking? This should be a crime.
This should
It should be.
This
I-
should
another-
be directly out of your face. Like,
Yeah.
you're
Ow.
overthinking.
Correct. What? Hawk overthinking? No. Another Ventru. I can't necessarily be another Ventru in a room full of Ventrus. So that's not going. How I approach the Toreador party is not how I'm going to approach this party, or boardroom meeting.
Oh, it's not a boardroom meeting. It's an after 5.
Okay. Party.
You wouldn't be welcome to a board meeting.
Yes.
So who
So-
are you going to be? Do not think. Just react. Who do you need to be to get where you need to be at this event?
An asset.
Yes. Is wet and pathetic an asset?
No.
So what do you have to be in this role?
Incredibly competent.
And if you do not know enough to convincingly portray Ventru in a room full of Ventru, what will you be? Come on. React.
he sees the fan go up and he's like, ah!
Yeah. So
Don't
allow
think,
me to
react.
allow me to assist with a little bit of storyteller injection here. So obviously, you are not going to want to be who you truly are.
No, that never.
So we can discount that.
Yeah.
But there is a thought that would come to Hawk's mind.
He has a few thoughts. It's just the overthinking is making those thoughts into
There-
a list. Yeah.
But top of the list would be what the city at large perceives you as. And what is the one thing that the city has always told you you are? Or at least how your contemporaries think you hold yourself out as?
A Tremere? Or am
A
I
Tremere.
or am I not broad enough?
And nope, you're on the right track. They think you a young Tremere.
Yeah.
Un bébé.
Yeah.
Maybe that necessarily wouldn't be a bad idea.
That was my thought. That was my thought, but Hawk was also overthinking it, and he was also like, I could also be like a tech wizard. I could also do
That's
this.
why
I could
he
also-"
keeps getting the whap.
That's why he keeps getting whacked. Is he should have just done the first thought that came to his head
Give
and not
me
yeah.
give me an intelligence and wits.
Like, react. Don't think. Just react.
Before Kay hits you again, give me an
Yeah.
intelligence and wits.
Before you
That's
get-
why he keeps getting the whack.
yeah. Force
It would
assessment.
immediately spring to your mind that, like, I could always be a fledgling Tremere.
Yeah.
If I just keep my mouth shut about how old I am, people will just think I'm a fledgling. I mean, hell,
Yeah.
there are people in this city you've told exactly how old you are and have turned around and said,
And they
silence,
said that.
fledgling.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, so he'll say that. Yeah. I do want to put the above table of Nico was thinking, what's Aventure's relationship to Tremere? And can he just be like a young Tremere? Or would that be bad? Because that was also Nico overthinking it. Because he was like,
Whack.
A young
Well,
now
Tremere
Nico
would
gets the whack.
a young talented Tremere. Oh, Adventure would very much like to have one of those in their pocket.
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, he'll after a moment and he sees it being raised. He goes, a young Tremere.
yes. One of those would be quite useful to a member of the Clan of Kings.
And
Young, malleable.
you see the fan for the first time in this lesson lower a little bit without coming down on your knuckles.
Yeah, it's lowered. It's still raised to attack, but it's not. It's not in active threat mode.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you behave as a young Tremere?
Yeah. I mean,
Apparently.
okay. I mean, I was a young Tremere. I can just go back to that. Like, that's not. It's.
I mean, people have been. The chief complaint in the city has been that you act like a young Tremere.
So it seems it comes naturally to me.
This does mean keeping certain information under your hat.
Yes. Yes.
You are going to want to do something about tone.
I am actively working on it. I've
Whack!
been.
No, that is not the correct tone. What is the tone for the role?
A bit
I mean,
more
at some
perky
point-
and filled with life.
I mean, at some point, you're going to have to hit her back. At this point, it's just self-defense.
No.
Like, she's clearly teaching you
Right,
how
you.
she was taught.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Look, this is good for him. He needs this. Don't be nice to
I'm
him.
going to... No, but I am going to give you something as a storyteller. Because you have been watching her hands for signs of when that fan is going to smack you again,
Yeah.
you would notice the thin trails of old scars across her middle knuckles, right where she's been striking you.
Yeah. Great. Cool. Awesome.
With your academic background
Yeah.
and the time in which you were actively going through academia as a mortal,
Mm-hmm.
it's not difficult to see the layers and layers of old scars.
Yeah.
These were not scars that were inflicted on her as a kindred. No. These were scars that were inflicted from childhood to adulthood while she was a mortal.
Yeah. And he's also seen, not to the full extent, but he's seen stuff on John too. So like he's able to like figure that much out. What was the last thing that was said?
What is the tone that you need for the role?
One that is willing to learn and is eager to.
And one who wants to be taught by...
People who know way more than I do.
You are getting closer.
Thank God. And he does say that
And
out loud.
once again, the fan just kind of lowers a bit.
Yeah, you do
The
hear him
tone.
mutter. You do hear him mutter under his breath. See, it can be taught.
The tone you are most commonly credited with having is that you know. So you will need to police that. In this role, in this performance, you do not know.
Well, the place I am going to later on this evening will be a good practice area. So
You are learning. You do not know. You are interested. Flatter them. Anyone who believes himself higher is vulnerable to such.
okay, so what I'm hearing is I should be a bit more Samson than Hawk. Quiet you.
I don't know what that means.
Sorry, apologies. Samson, my mask, is a pre-med college student. So there's a way I go about academia. As someone who looks as young as I do, I can't exactly have all the answers to a test.
Yes, do that. What
Well, that
comes
is-
next?
What do you mean?
There is always another role.
Are you asking what event will be after the Ventru, I guess, quote unquote, after 5 or whatever it's called?
The common saying is fake it until you make it.
Oh, yeah.
And I understand there has been a recent bout of issues.
I'm
I need you to know that Laurent is the single most gossipy bitch in the history of all time.
he almost says I know before he quiets his mouth because he has a feeling that if he says I know, he will get thwacked.
Well, she is also telling
Yeah.
Hawk where she heard it from.
Yeah. But she's putting it into practice what is being taught currently. So
Mhm.
he's like, see, I can be taught. Despite everyone thinking I cannot. And he gives a nod and just when you make mistakes that you know are mistakes, the instinct to let someone know that you are aware that it is a mistake as they are telling you it is a mistake, instincts sometimes take over.
If being you is doing harm to your goals, to your ambitions, then don't be you.
I appreciate the sentiment in that the problem is this is me figuring out who I am, because before this I was someone else, if that makes sense.
Before this, most of us were someone else.
No, before the embrace, I was someone else entirely. I'm trying to relearn who that one was.
Why you are not him anymore?
Because the person I became is bad.
And also not the person you are anymore.
And yeah.
Then be a blank slate. Why would you go back to being a corpse?
She's got a point, Hawk.
Yeah.
There is that little voice in the back of your mind that does kind of say, like, well, yeah, why would we want to go back to what we were? When we were mortal, we were weak, we were frail.
When we were mortal, we don't remember what we were.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a part of you that does remember, but like you, the Hawk that is sitting in this room,
Yeah.
cannot access those memories at this time.
Yeah. He just
But like
he sees
that-
what she's saying, and like he agrees what she is saying. It's just, and he'll voice his fear as well. It's like blank slates are usually the most malleable slates, if you know what I mean. Like those are the easiest that people can manipulate, and I have my entire life has been manipulated, and I would like to no longer experience that.
So own the role
Of being manipulated?
of being whatever you is. Let them think they can manipulate you. You do. Have you ever been informed about my particular art form?
Okay, I'll be real. I've not been informed about who you are at all, other than your relation with Laurent. I don't really know who you are.
I am Kay.
Yes,
I am a Toreador.
that's as much as I know.
My art form is assassination.
Something we have in common.
Before I learned this, and she's going to show you her knuckles, there were other things that I learned. This, the role, the submission that it entails, allowed me to get closer to certain individuals who might have a taste for vulnerability. I would much prefer those people meet me and think me vulnerable than meet someone who actually was.
Can I say something that may sound like I'm disagreeing with you, but know that I'm not?
You may say what you like. This is a training session.
Yes, but I have a tendency on saying things that accidentally upset people often, and I don't like doing it. So I'd like to preface. Anyway, what I'm saying
This is a training session.
What I'm saying is wouldn't the abundance of the scarring on the knuckles be a sign to show that you are in fact stubborn and hard to break?
It is more like when you see a horse with a concertina. If men notice at all, they think we've already been broken.
Got it.
There are many things men do not notice when presented with beauty.
You are you are correct. He just kind of just stares into the middle distance as he is aware of himself and his flaws, and just kind of, yeah, no, I know.
And as you are reflecting, you can still hear that driving bass from the main floor. You can still hear the audience screaming until their vocal cords shred.
Yeah, he's aware of his flaws. He's aware of his weaknesses. He's aware of his blinders. He knows full
But
well.
but
He just
in
doesn't give a
Laurent,
that,
shit.
Laurent learned differently than I did. Laurent was a whore. He sold himself to get closer to information. Geisha sell their skills, not necessarily their bodies. My cousin was not granted that luxury.
I suppose at least for my sake, when you live behind a mask for so long, you kind of forget that it's just a mask, and thus, but I'm not trying to mean this in any condescending way, but I will stop trying to be me, if that makes sense.
More trying to be what you used to be. We are not that. Not anymore.
Yeah.
We never will be again.
Stop trying to be Hawk. Stop trying to be Zero. Secret third option. Grand.
find and that secret third option would be find a new definition for Hawk Castillo.
Yeah.
Find you, whatever you is now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not what he thinks. Yeah.
Not what he thinks human him was.
Yeah.
There is that something Kay said sticks in you though. The statement about how she and Laurent learned differently.
Yeah.
About how Laurent did not receive the same kindness that she did.
Yeah. And if what she calls what happened to her kindness, then
And go ahead and give me a composure and resolve there, buddy.
composure and resolve. Okay, that's
Mhm.
one of the things I'm good at,
'Cause
actually.
you have knowledge hungry
Oh fuck.
and a current fixation on the
On
Toreador
Laurent.
whip.
Yeah. Hey, look, I
So
got good
you
composure
will
and
be
resolve.
taking a 1 success penalty to this.
Okay. Six pool.
So you're going to roll your full pool, and whatever successes you get, we're going to take one success away.
Cool. Can I blood surge?
No.
Okay.
Okay. The good news is we're going to ignore that bestial.
Yeah.
The bad news is 3 successes is not enough.
Can I use a willpower to kind of crit fish
No.
then? Nope. Okay, that's fine.
because this is how flaws work.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
You really now you have to know, and after all, there's only one person in the city that you can think of that's closer to Laurent, maybe, and
Yeah.
well, she ain't telling anytime soon.
Yeah, after kind of like Kay has been like, this is a training session, you can ask anything, like there's like Kay has set the parameters in Hawk's mind that he was not aware of. As you know, as autism do, not aware of what the parameters are until it's explicitly stated. So he just kind of is like, okay, so I can technically ask this question. Did something happen with Laurent that you would say that in such a way?
Yes.
Was it something, someone?
Someone's, I'd imagine.
So I'm going to take a gander that lives were lost for lessons taught.
Laurent, a geisha peddles fantasy, skill. Laurent peddled flesh. So they took from him piece by piece until they stole his very heart. But of course now he knows how to play the game with the best of them.
Hawk's like, oh, so the man's been in love before. Good to know. And probably has
That's
been
not
hurt
what I said.
No, I know. What you said
That is
and what
not
was
what Kay
interpreted?
said.
Yo, what you said and what is interpretive are two very different things. Well, he was taught. It was unfortunate how, but he was taught.
They want something they can use. That's what they all want. Every single day. If you present them with that, their walls tend to come way down.
So let something quote unquote slip.
They
To make
want
it
something that they can mold. So make them think they have it.
make them feel smart.
Yes. There is nothing that a Nosferatu loves better than knowing that they outsmarted someone. And what is the harm of giving that?
The Tremere weakness, pride. There is no harm other than
Aventru
yes.
Aventru desires, above all else, to wield control. So what harm making them believe that they have exactly what they want?
What I am hearing is we must beat the Tremere out of you. um,
Or into you.
or into you.
I
one of the
mean,
two.
the Tremere weakness is perfectionism, not pride.
That's true.
So she is telling you to play this role to perfection.
Yeah,
Very much in line with the Tremere Bane.
yeah. I can. Stupid conviction of not being able to promise anything. I can.
No, you can promise things.
Yeah, I just can't break them.
So, what is more important to you? Not making a promise or making a promise and carrying it out?
The
What
problem.
what do you care about more? What it is to be human or your own foolish pride?
The problem that he has is not that like he can't. The reason why he can't necessarily promise is because like this is something that is dependent upon the dice. Meaning that like he can't fully promise that he is going to be able to keep his composure and hide that because dice. So that's why at least Nico is like I can't make that promise because it's gonna be dependent on the dice. But like he wants to make the promise. It's just
And now we're back up with the frickin' fan.
okay. All right. Yes, no. What you're saying is true, and that is what I want to do is to be able to do that.
Okay. So you must create the role, right? So
Yes.
what is your name for the role? What is the role's name?
Oh, so I can't just use my own name?
Are you not worried they will have had someone who is aware of the fact that Hawk Castillo is over 200 years old?
Thinks back to the woman at the Toreador party. You know, you got a point there. And using my mask name is definitely not going to do me any favors.
Why not shorten it? The mask name.
Just what, Sam? Because
Yes.
I haven't.
So
I have another.
perhaps you are Sam Castillo for the evening.
I would, but we have another member of the party of the coterie who her name is
Does
Samantha.
does not go by Sam.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Does not go by Sam. I mean, Sam could work. It's
It's
a
easy to
nickname.
remember. It's already something that you use. You will not have to overthink in the moment.
That's true. I do. Sam is a name that some of my quote unquote kind friends use. So yeah, Sam could work.
Kine are not friends. At best, they are a mask.
Yes, what? That's why I put quotes around it. It's my mask's friends. I don't think Castillo should be used as a last name, though. I think I should probably use something
What about
different.
Castle?
I mean, after all, that is what Castillo translates to.
Correct. He's like, I mean, it would definitely. In a
Sam
clan of,
Castle does have kind of a ring to it.
yeah, in a clan of kings, having the last name Castle is definitely a benefit. So I don't see any harm in using it.
Voila! Your role has a name. How long has your role been dead?
Like maybe 2 years, 2.5.
Hmm.
Let's
You would
say
see
during.
the fan raise slightly, and Hawk, your mind would spring into action.
Yeah, he wants an exact date.
No,
No? Oh.
the exact opposite.
Oh.
Dates require documentation.
Oh, gotcha.
Numbers require proof.
Cool.
Long enough to know better, but not so long as to know everything.
So the term would be recently.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, you got it right, Hawk.
Yeah. Turns out just a little bit of mild violence was enough to kind of start gelling Hawk's brain a little bit.
So it turns out being beaten over and over again, told not to overthink.
Yeah.
And not
Long enough
letting
to
him overthink.
long enough to know better, young enough to still make mistakes.
Yep.
I done told Einar already that my quote of the night was going to be "Whap! Stop thinking."
She did. They did. They absolutely did. Yep. That was practically a mantra while we were session prepping.
Perfect. Recently.
Much better. And Castle Sire.
Not in town.
Yes. Like even she's like, "Wow, that was correct the first time."
I know! Fear is a great
Wait.
motivator.
You would notice that, yeah, Kay almost looks impressed, like, I didn't even have to threaten to hit you that time. Look at that. Everything's coming up Hawk.
Don't say that when it's with this. Don't say that.
No, it's said in the same sense as everything's coming up Millhouse.
Yeah.
So, Sam Castle,
Mm-hmm.
dead long enough to know better, but not so old as that he knows everything.
Mm-hmm.
Sire's out of town.
Yep. Should I?
And what
Should I
brings you to Philadelphia, Mr. Castle?
He knows that he's thinking too much, but he can't figure out
Okay.
a good reason.
Give me
he's like-
give me a high or low.
Hi.
Okay.
Whack.
There is one word that immediately springs into the forefront of your mind. Opportunity.
Thank you. Opportunity?
Yes. Because
Oh god. Now you're gonna fucking have to hold my hand.
how often are the young given responsibilities in a Camarilla court?
All the time. What?
No.
Response, not the response, not meaning like positions responsibility, like almost never positions responsibility, but all the time they're being told that they got to do stuff because the olders don't want to. That's what I
Yes,
meant
a
by
job here or
Yes.
there is not what I
Yes.
meant by responsibility.
Yes. Okay. Now that we've clarified, because that was where my mind went, not the other. But yes, no, they are never given responsibility.
Yes. Philadelphia seems to be doing that quite a lot.
Yes.
One of the rare places that they seem to care more about competence than age.
Yes.
And with that comes
yes.
opportunity.
Yep.
The right kindred with the right mentor can go places in this city.
Yep.
Now you just need to practice this until you can make yourself believe it.
Should I should probably let the coterie also know, so that way they're not accidentally, using
Yes.
the wrong name. Okay. Oh, okay. So I can let them know. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
That's the whole point of a public facing persona.
Yes, no, I get that, but I'm just like, I don't know if this is what we're doing, a public facing persona, but now he is aware that that is what the yes. Got it. That
Basically, what Kay is teaching Hawk is that every time you have to do something public facing, if you don't think you are the best person for that public facing thing, don't be you.
And I mean, you've got the dots to lie your way through it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Play
So,
a
like,
role.
lean into that. You might just
He's a
be more
very confident
successful if
player.
you weren't quite so.
Okay. All right. All right.
But you just gestured to all of me. Yes.
He's aware of what he is.
Yeah, so's
Got it.
everybody else. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, okay. I got that far. Become
And
someone else.
it is about this point that you hear the roaring outside the office begin to taper as the music also begins to fade. And there is a long pause. No new music strikes up. But you can hear the crowd go from that roaring adoration to kind of that slow burble where people have now started to talk amongst themselves.
I will need to go provide security. Surely there is something you would rather be doing this evening.
I have another engagement, but I thank you for this because
And Kay is just going to start stripping off all of the geisha robes.
mm-hmm.
And she is dressed in just like leather.
Gotcha.
And go out to do security.
Yeah, as she's leaving, he's just gonna very quickly before she leaves. Thank you for this social training. Um, but when you have a chance, if you'd like to help practice your art, I've been missing out on a sparring partner for quite some time.
Do you want to die?
No. What I'm saying is I also used to be really good at killing, and I've just would like to spar, please.
Oh, not playing for keeps.
I mean, as far as we can go without you. He almost says you putting me in torpor before he's like, nope, not going to say that. Not going to be wet and pathetic. Until going so far until one of us taps out.
So an exercise then.
Yes.
Perhaps I will see if there is space in my schedule. Good luck at whatever your next engagement is.
Thank you. See you around, Kay.
She's just gonna stride off, frickin' stiletto heels.
And Hawk is going to fucking brush himself off. Kind of straighten himself.
Now that he's free from the fan.
Now that he's free from the fan, and head back out. And he'll shoot a quick text to Sarah that basically says, "We're on our way. See you in a bit."
Okay, and you'll get a thumbs up. But we're going to go ahead and remove it, s'il vous plaît. So, as you head back out through the club, you'll notice that Laurent is no longer on the main stage. Some folks have cleared off to private rooms within the club. There is still a fairly decent crowd, some still clamoring for another performance, some talking about how the man on stage resembled an angel. There are those that are still in the grips of ecstasy from his last performance. But you make your way through the club.
Yep.
Out. Out.
He knows. Yep. He knows that Laurent is a Toreador, but if he wasn't, he could very easily be mistaken for ministry. So that's just kind of what's going on through his mind. It's like, if you weren't Toreador, you'd make an amazing ministry member.
Maybe. Because Laurent's deal is not about corrupting the pure.
Yeah.
Laurent's thing is about providing the corrupt with what they seek.
Yeah.
Like, he does not do the defiling.
No, the defile's already happened. He's just there. He's just there to help provide.
He's just there to offer a service.
Yep.
Whatever you want is on offer here.
Yep. And
you make your way back out of the club.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Van by Night sitting in the same parking space. The music is blaring. And Rowan's just kind of, reclined back in the seat, listening to music, waiting on you.
Yep. And he'll head back over and get to shotgun and just kind of give a nod.
And Rowan will turn down the music a little bit. How's the knuckles?
So,
Yeah, I went for dance lessons a little while back. And he starts the van up, puts the van in drive, and slides off into the night.
yep, he'll just make the comment, "She's a good teacher."
She's effective. And the van moves through the night before arriving at UPenn's 3805 Locust Walk. There are signs up all over the place about, poetry night hosted by Absentia. People are already starting to line up at the door because this is more of a late night affair. And you and Rowan get out of the van. He kind of straightens himself up, dusts himself off a bit. Once the two of you are out of the van, he hits the key fob and you hear the van chirp as all the doors kind of slam lock.
Yep. Hawk also once they get out, kind of Rowan will see that, like, he kind of not necessarily like fully changes and morphs, but like you can clearly see that he like Samson is different than Hawk.
And as the two of you approach, you'll hear just a chorus of voices. Samson, over here!
Puts on that fake smile as he turns around and waves at Rowan and jogs on over. Like waves him to
Now,
come along and jogs him over.
Rowan follows a few paces behind, just at that kind of slow, casual lope where he's not bounding, but he is walking at his full stride.
Yeah.
Uh, so he does find himself falling behind by a pace or two. But as you both draw nearer, you hear a couple of the people in the crowd of friends go, "Oh my God, Rowan?" And he gives a smile. Hey, gang. Sorry, I've been family stuff. For like 2 whole years? Complicated family stuff. Well, it's great to see you again, man. You okay? You're looking a little sick. Yeah, well, 'tis the season. How does Hawk react to this?
Feign surprise and just, oh, you know each other?
Feign surprise?
Well, there's a little bit of like real surprise, but he's playing the kind, like he's playing the kind of it all of just like, oh, he's
Because,
not
like,
showing his actual surprise.
Hawk would have had no way of knowing. He can be genuinely surprised in this case.
Yeah, but he's not gonna show his full surprise. Like there is
Okay.
surprise that he's not gonna show, but like it's because his surprise is how like why are you so connected, and like the paranoia of it all, whereas as Samson is like, oh, didn't know you guys knew each other type of, like it's just different flavors of the actual
Mm-hmm.
emotion.
And your friends will turn to you, and one of them asks, "How do you two know each other?"
Co-workers thought he might like a night off.
And they all just kind of nod as two more individuals step up out of the
Yeah.
darkness to join the group. And you hear that very smooth, very mellow, very bassy voice of Sarah's boyfriend.
Yep.
Mr. Everly, I thought you withdrew from classes. Yeah, I did. I had some family stuff come up. And he just kind of looks over to you, Hawk. But Samson here, he's been a good friend. Wanted to try to get me out on the town a little bit more and out of the lab. And the
Hawk's
professor
gonna
will nod.
Hawk's gonna pretend that doesn't sting and give a nod.
Yep. It is at this point, Hawk, that you realize lying comes as easy as breathing to Rowan.
Yep.
That this man could lie through his teeth convincingly to just about anybody. So, clearly, there is less introducing that needs to happen than you thought.
Sounds good. Yeah.
But
Do they know Sarah, or is that going to be an introduction?
your friends all know Sarah and
No,
Professor Sexton,
Sarah.
obviously. But
Yeah, no, Sarah to Rowan.
She looks between you and Rowan. She goes, "So, who's your friend?"
Oh, this is Rowan Everly. He's a coworker and a friend of mine. Thought to bring him out.
And as she walks past you, she kind of bumps your shoulder with hers and whispers, "He's cute," before joining the rest of the group.
He'll whisper back in the same kind of tone. He's taken.
This poor girl. She just wants to see her good friend get some stangle in the hang low.
Well, unfortunate for her. We can't always get what we want.
Alas, yep, that is very true.
We can't always get what we want, so.
Go ahead and give me a quick intelligence and awareness, please.
Where's the dice bot? There it is. Okay. How much are you? 4. Okay. May I blood surge?
You may.
Okay. Blood potency 2. Oh my god. I'm gonna use a willpower to cut that.
Okay.
Do I wanna cut it, or do I wanna let it ride?
Only you can answer that question.
Yeah, but this is me, the player, asking the ST. Do you recommend I try and cut it or let it ride?
I recommend you do what you want. Messy crits and bestial fails are part of the game.
Yeah. Well, it's a good enough one, so I have a feeling I know what compulsion it might take. But if I think what you're making me look at is what it is, then I have a feeling I know the compulsion, but I'll let it ride.
Okay. There are 2 things that you immediately notice. One is the ring on Rowan's right index finger. A raven's skull.
Yeah, okay.
The other is the necklace around Professor Sexton's neck.
Yep.
Again,
And
the raven skull.
yep, and last side session, he knew what that
But-
he knew what it was.
But there is a third thing that catches your eye.
Oh, perfect.
Professor Sexton is currently mad dogging that pendant
Yeah,
hanging around your neck. Like, there is the same look in his eye looking at your pendant that you had when you first clocked his. That look of understanding. Now, for your messy critical,
yeah.
I'm going to be hitting you with the cryptophilia compulsion. There is a secret here.
Yep. Yeah. I knew that was going to be the compulsion. It was either getting information or getting secret. Yep.
So, also thank you to my ST friends for capping off tonight's SPC outfits. Most good. But anyway. So yeah, there is something going on there.
Yep. He takes note of it. He's not going to say anything, because obviously, but it has been clocked, and it has been noticed.
Yep, and you're not the only one who's clocked and noticed.
Yep.
So, as the doors open and folks start filtering in, what is Hawk's next move?
Correct. Finding a seat that will get everyone. That's probably closer to the back, because that's probably where all the larger seating areas are, and also it's more private. So,
Despite your best efforts, Sarah comes bounding in behind you and is like, no, 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 no. We're not hiding in the back. And she, like, physically lifts you up and starts pushing you towards the front.
God damn. Okay, I get I'm small and scrawny, but Jesus Christ.
She's like, nope, we're not. No, that's not why we're here.
None of us are performing. There's no reason to be in the front.
And there's no reason to be in the back either. Come on, let's go.
He just kind of gives a "what are you gonna do" look to the others, and
Nobody else seems to have a problem with this.
yeah.
Professor Sexton's even just kind of chuckling to himself.
Yeah, all right.
Rowan seems pleased as punch.
Oh, I bet he fucking is.
Rowan's eaten this entire night up.
Oh, I bet this is great entertainment for him. Yeah, he'll let Sarah guide him to a front seat, as much as he despises it.
And there is a seat adjacent to the stage that no one has claimed yet. There's
Of course
enough
there
room for
is.
everyone.
Cool.
And you all coalesce. And there's a few minutes before things get started that there's some light conversation at the table, but Professor Sexton kind of looks across the table at you. So, Samson, how did you and Mr. Everly meet again? Because he wasn't there for that. He just knows that
Yeah.
y'all are coworkers.
Yeah. Oh, weird. I was. Yes, sir. Sorry.
Reuben.
Yes, Reuben. Reuben has to make himself known. We met like coworkers. I'm an intern, and he works with the computer stuff. So
Yes, I do.
fully know what he does, but
I do seem to recall that Mr. Everly was quite the technological adept in the electronic engineering department. How many computers was it that you hacked your first semester, Mr. Everly? And Rowan just kind of holds his hands up. He's like, well, I don't like to brag. 37. Permanently disabled 37 archival computers. Luckily, the data was able to be recovered, but the hardware is still inoperable. Well, turns out academia wasn't really for me. And he gives a sheepish grin.
yeah, Hawk just gives a small smirk at that. Anyone want anything to drink before this whole thing starts? That way we're not getting up in the middle of performances. I can go grab for whatever anyone wants.
There are some folks that kind of shake their heads. A waitress does come around to the tables. Some folks order chai lattes, various drinks, but Rowan avoids getting anything for the time being.
Hawk will just get some coffee with some cream and sugar.
Now, do you have eat food?
No, I never said he's going to drink it, but he's going to order it.
Okay.
Yeah, and if he does end up drinking it, then he just has, in an hour, he's going to have to excuse himself to the bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, he's done this song and dance. He's like, if I got to drink, then I'll drink, and then I'll just, in an hour, say I got to use the bathroom and expel it.
So, what does Hawk hope to get out of poetry night as things begin to start and everyone begins to quiet down?
Well, originally, his plan was to kind of just like help Rowan take a night off. And just to kind of like relax and stuff like that. But after recent conversations, that's not really, he doesn't really care about that anymore, and he's more like focused on just like working on the humanity aspect of it again, of just like regaining humanity, being around humans and kind, and also kind of getting to know Sarah's partner, because he didn't really get that the last time they hung out.
That's fair. We are going to take a quick 5-minute break.
That's fine.
Because my back teeth are floating.
Yeah.
So
go take care of yourself.
we will be back in 5, and we'll get everything. We'll start wrapping everything up. And we are back. So I'm going to clean this up in post before I post it up on the YouTube. Anyhow. So you want to learn more about your Touchstone's partner.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you want to know about him?
I guess he would just kind of sort of ask, like, what got him into the field of study that he's in now, like, what got him into ethics. Usually people get interested when you ask them about something that they're passionate in, so.
And he takes a minute. Well, Mom wanted me to get into the family business. I don't know if you know this or not, but until recently, there was actually a rather well-known law firm that bore my family's name before it was absorbed by a newer firm.
Oh. What's the firms?
Uh, Originally, it was Burke, Sexton, and Klein, but they were absorbed by Harrison and Company.
Gotcha. So uh, I'm gonna take a gander that the family business has something to do with
Oh,
lawyer and all
oh,
the legal stuff.
you went.
Hello?
Hello, you went quite robot-y there for a second, friend.
Weird. Didn't do anything on my end except make the screens disappear for a second. But he said, so I'm guessing the family business has something to do with lawyers and legality and all that stuff.
Well, turns out my family has quite deep ties to Philadelphia. Law, finance, banking, shipping. Well, we did. Um, then over the years, the Sextons just kind of settled into a quiet stewardship over the city. I
Oh,
chose ethics because power, when concentrated too much, often brings ethical concerns. And I find the study of ethics to be fascinating coming from the family that I do.
oh. I mean, makes sense. Uh, so you like probably have ties like Sarah, right?
And he nods, uh, going, if the records can be believed, going all the way back to the very founding of Philadelphia.
Oh,
As
well,
long as
and he
there
kind
has
of
been a Philadelphia, there's been a Sexton.
he gives a nudge to Sarah in a joking manner and goes, "Well, he's got you beat there. Castillos have only been around since what, the 1800s here?
She nods. Early 1800s.
Yeah. So,
And he just kind of smiles warmly and places his hand over Sarah's. It's actually something that Sarah's been helping me with,
oh,
a long-term genealogical project. I've actually taken a sabbatical this semester.
oh. Uh, long-term genealogy. So, like, you're looking into uh old family stuff. I'm guessing.
Yes, my family's deep ties to the city. It's something that the family doesn't often talk about, and I was curious to learn more.
Have you learned anything? And well, anything interesting? I'm gonna take a gander that you've at least learned a few things.
Give me a wits and insight.
Okay.
Hey, I'm shocked that you did not make this beefier for the kind of game that this was going to be.
I I'm making it beefier. I'm actively doing that. I just haven't done it. I just haven't put in the XP yet. I've been hoarding it. Wits and insight. Okay, cool. Can I blood surge?
Yes.
Cool. Whoops. Uh, Yikesies. Okay, 3 successes. Back up to hunger 3. Oh well. No more.
Okay.
No more blood surges.
The beast kind of roils in the back of your mind.
Yep.
Its voice sharpens. Its hunger for not just knowledge, but blood pulses in the back of your thoughts.
Yeah.
Actually,
It's just like, hey, I'm trying to get you the secret that you want. Shut up.
yes, it turns out that the Sextons are quite involved in the history of Philadelphia, more than I was really aware of.
Oh, so like what? They were mayors and such?
Nothing so overt, no, but lawyers, clerks, assemblymen, uh, those that operate adjacent to power.
Oh,
Some may say
type that.
some may even say
Go
they
ahead.
were the real shot callers here in Philadelphia.
Do you believe that?
I believe that historic record has bore out certain facts. They shaped things like commerce and fashion trends. They have sculpted the very face of modern Philadelphia without ever once holding any major political office.
So like advisors?
More like those that facilitate power. The lawyers that write the laws, the bankers that finance the industries that moved this city. The Sextons were very involved in shipping, and both by river and by rail. As a matter of fact, we were major shareholders in the Reading Railroad Company, which the major hub is now what we know as Reading Terminal Market.
No.
It used to be one of the largest rail hubs on the East Coast.
Well, that sounds exciting. Finding out that your family is so, I guess, deeply entwined in the moving and making of Philly.
There comes with it a certain amount of. One becomes aware of their legacy if they dig too deeply.
What do you mean?
Well, how does one ascribe ethics to an immortal actor shaping mortal affairs?
Like as a concept? Like is this immortal? It's an immortal concept, right? Like that's what you're asking?
Yes, something that goes beyond the living. An idea can never truly die. See, men die every day. It is, some say we are born to die. But concepts, ideas, these things move beyond generations, beyond years. They
Well,
are, in essence, the most immortal thing we can think of.
I mean, well, you only have to look so far as the American government. The concept and the ethics of what freedom and deliberation from oppressors and what that entails today, how they are acted out amongst men and women that stand before you today. It's all
Seems
very
like Ruben
subjective.
has much to say on the topic.
Ruben needs to make sure that you are aware that he is deeply
That-
interested in the ethics.
But as the professor speaks, you get the idea that while he is saying on the surface, yes, no, I'm talking about ideas and concepts, and you get the feeling that he's not.
Yeah. That's kind of why Hawk is kind of pushing the a concept, right? A concept, right?
And anytime you push, he agrees.
Yeah.
Like he never truly steps beyond,
Yeah.
but part of that messy crit I'm kind of riding out over this conversation because you are locked in. And he begins to talk about, concepts like faith and how faith can truly drive civilizations, because Philadelphia was shaped by faith long before it was shaped by governance.
Yeah. And Hawk will agree and just go, I mean, take a look at New Orleans, for example. The entire place, that entire city was shaped by Catholicism, and you can still see it today. I mean, look at the
It was
football.
shaped by Catholicism on the surface. New Orleans was a city shaped by voodoo, by the Haitian practitioners of the old ways, those who were enslaved and desired to hold on to their faith, and even incorporated some of Catholicism into their practices. Catholicism
Yes.
shaped New Orleans like Catholicism shapes pumpkin pie.
Yes, Ruben.
There were far more French influences, sensibilities about pleasure and art, things like that shaped New Orleans. Which brings me to my point of how faith has shaped Philadelphia. Not just the Catholicism, but all of the faiths that were imported to the New World. There are some that contend religions far older than Christianity were at play here in Philadelphia. The old fraternal orders, the mysticisms, the old mystery cults.
Yes, I know Benjamin Franklin brought over a lot of those old faith, kind of old cult like things to the forefront during the revolutionary times, but I'm just a med student. I don't exactly study history.
That's a shame. I've always had a soft spot for mythology.
Which ones? He just kind of because he has a special interest in certain mythologies.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He just kind of, in the most, and I do mean this with earnesty when I say in the most chill way possible.
Okay.
He does kind of lean back and go, well, mythology is somewhat different from history in the sense of, yes, you can tell how history moves forward based on the mythology that is provided, because of course all mythology, unfortunately
Give me
you've unlocked his trap card.
Give me an intelligence and composure.
Okay. Intelligence and that's a nice dice pool for Elmo.
That is a nice dice pool for Elmo. Let's see what the dice bot gives you.
God, dice bot? I need to be so fucking chill right now. I'm gonna spend a
Okay.
willpower.
No.
Okay.
No need. No need. 5
Okay.
is good. 5
Cool.
is very good.
Cool.
No need to spend a willpower on that one. You are very chill about your special interest, but you are also very clear that this is a special interest.
Yeah.
It's one of
Yeah.
those like, yes, I know a lot about certain branches of mythology, but I am really trying hard not to just info dump on my bestie's new bow.
Yeah. It's like you've unlocked my trap card, but it has not turned into attack emoji yet.
And he offers a polite smile and reaches into his jacket pocket. And he says, well, if there's ever a time you want to discuss things a little bit more, and he'll slide the card across the table. That's my personal office outside of campus. Feel free to give me a call sometime and we can wax historical.
Sure. Can I ask what mythologies interest you?
Oh, the classics Persian, Roman, bit of Greek, but mostly Persian and Roman.
Persian and Roman are very
For
good.
example,
So normal.
for example, both Persian and Roman mythologies have a god that appears in both of their mythologies. One was a sun god, the other a god of war, but both were surprisingly characterized as, one might say, the same man.
Hawk is being so normal and chill, pretending that it's clear he does not know. Like he knows. But he's like, oh, this man is talking about something that's interesting to him. I'm not gonna spoil the fun and be like, I know more than you, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So he just, is that so? I mean, I do know that there is a lot of crossover when it comes to Roman and Greek mythology, and I do know that the Persians and the Romans historically have been I wouldn't necessarily call them best of friends, but they have many similarities amongst their histories.
For example, the Persians called him Mithra, where the Romans called him Sol Invictus, the unconquered sun. And it would seem that that particular mystery cult has survived even to more modern days.
Oh, is that so? What was the cult even about?
Oh, worship of the sun god. This goes by many names: Mithra, Sol Invictus. But the mystery cult itself was leaned heavily on bull iconography, on sun imagery, even other more esoteric symbols. But I don't wish to bore you too much with the finer details.
Oh no, this is incredibly fascinating information. I'm locked in. He almost says, as the kids say, locked in. I am locked in.
Everybody else at the table, save Rowan, is
Yeah.
like enraptured by the poetry going on.
Yeah.
Rowan looks like he's paying attention to the to what's going on stage, but you can occasionally see his eyes flicking back and forth between the two of you.
Yeah, Hawk is also doing this with the intention of like, I need to know how far this man has pushed to see if this is going to be like a problem that we need to handle. And it's a benefit that the sheriff is also here in case something immediate needs to happen, because he is also listening. That's kind of like his thought process of like why he's kind of furthering the narrative and asking questions.
As the night continues on, the two of you engage in continue engaging in pleasant conversation, and you start getting the feeling that this man knows a bit more than he's letting on.
Yeah.
Like, spidey senses are definitely tingling.
Yeah. That
And
that sounds like a conversation that he'll have with Rowan in the car, because it doesn't make sense to have it now.
as the night comes to a close, everybody kind of says their good nights and pairs or groups up and they head off. Sarah is looking, tired, but not the worse for wear, just like she had a long day, like nothing sinister.
Yeah.
And, the professor mentions, well, why don't we get you back to your apartment and like call it a night? I'll head back to I'll head back to my place and you head back to yours and I'll make sure you get home safe, all of that. When she just kind of like makes it clear that she wants to spend the night at his place, and he relents after some insistence.
Mm-hmm.
So they get a cab, they head off, leaving
Hawk
you and
listens
Rowan.
Hawk listens and judges slightly, but he doesn't show he's judging.
What Hawk would hear is the professor trying his damnedest to be a gentleman, and Sarah like, no.
Yeah, no, he's not judging. I mean, like, yes, he's always judging John Sexton, the 25th or whatever. But
The 8th.
The 8th. But he's listening and he's slightly judging his touchstone, but
Yeah, I mean, he is very clearly a man in his like 40s.
Mm-hmm.
And she is very clearly not.
Yeah.
But
Hey, look, she's happy. Hawk is just
she's
I'm not,
happy. He seems to be very respectful of her.
Yeah.
And Hawk really doesn't have a lot of room to talk.
No. Which is why he's judging, but he's not saying anything. He is aware of his flaws and is aware that he is calling the kettle beyond pitch black. Avoid.
Clearly the Castillos come by it honestly, is
Look,
all I'm saying.
It runs in our blood.
But as the poetry night lets out and everybody kind of filters out, Rowan makes his way to the van.
Mm-hmm.
He says absolutely nothing while y'all are in the parking lot.
Yeah, no.
Like conspicuously silent, not agitated or anything like that, but just very clearly he is holding his lip until y'all are in the van.
Yeah, Hawk is like, from what he's also not saying anything, because at least to his understanding, there's the unspoken, we'll talk about what we heard in the car in a safe location. Yeah, that's just kind of like what he's what he has gathered, and also his own feelings about the situation.
Yeah, like, so once you were both in the van, you will actually see Hawk reach over and press a button
Hawk?
that is not, or I'm sorry, Rowan. My fault.
Hawk does what?
Hawk does nothing. Hawk sits in the seat while Rowan reaches over and presses a button
Hawk's a good boy.
That is disconnected from, like, that is not part of the radio.
Yeah.
You do not hear anything other than that the faintest electronic hum.
Yep. He's waiting for the okay for Rowan to say, like, we can speak freely. So he's
and
going to be quiet until then.
Rowan heaves an unnecessary sigh before looking over at you. That was actually really good tonight. You should do that more often.
Huh? What do you mean?
The way you behaved tonight. Do that more often. You were actually kind of fun to be around tonight.
I have my moments.
Well, let's try to make those moments more often.
Got it.
I might not be your friend now, Hawk, but I'd like to be. If this is the person you can be,
Yeah, it's the person I am when I'm not worried that the wrong thing will get me killed.
when you're worried all the time about doing the wrong thing, you're more likely to do the wrong thing because you're thinking about it.
Something I'm definitely learning is that overthinking, which I thought was an asset, is a detriment, so.
Always has been. It's a lesson I had to learn the hard way, too.
and
You know why
yeah,
I'm hard on you, right? And he heaves a sigh again. Back during the war, I got a lot of good people killed because I couldn't get out of my own way. And I'll be damned if I let somebody else hurt the people I care about because they can't get out of their own way. I may not see in you what my dad saw in you, but unlike most people, I'm trying to figure it out. Because there's something there.
at least I have someone who still thinks so.
Mom thinks so too, as he puts the car in drive and pulls out of the parking space.
Could have fooled me with what she's told me in the past, but I'm not going to argue it.
She's got a really funny way of showing things. She's had to be my dad's logistician, the brains of the operation, if you will. Things have not been easy for her. And now she's got to run an entire city while he's in torpor? That's rough. It's not easy. And nobody's perfect. We're always going to fuck up. But you fall down, you pick yourself back up, you dust yourself off, and you figure it the fuck out. If at first you don't succeed, stop and ask yourself why.
Wise words, noble. But
Yeah, I might have actually paid attention when Dad talked a time or two.
It sounded familiar for that reason. But I have a feeling that you didn't disable all comms or whatever you just did to tell me I
It's just
should
so
go
people
talk.
It's just so people outside can't hear us.
Yeah,
And you're right. I didn't.
yes, and he pulls out the card that he was given by John Sexton.
It is a very plain looking business card. Tasteful. Off-white, thick card stock. My God, it's even got a watermark.
Yep. And he just kind of holds it between two fingers over to Rowan.
And he just shakes his head. I've got one of my own floating around somewhere. He used to be one of my professors.
I wish I could say I was surprised, but that does make a lot of sense. A lot of degrees do include at least a basic level course of ethics.
Ethics is required in engineering. It keeps us from becoming mad scientists.
He holds his tongue.
Well, he would say it's supposed to keep us from becoming mad scientists.
Okay, yeah.
Like, Hawk's a little too aware of who he is, but like, yeah, clearly the ethics classes didn't take with this one, but
yeah. He might be listening to his to John Sexton, his adopted father, but he definitely wasn't listening to John Sexton, his ethics professor.
no, not one bit. In one ear and out the other.
Yep, and he puts his card away and just, well, what are your plans with the information?
I need to go talk to Mom because it sounds like somebody's poking around somewhere they ought not. And if he finds out we exist, that is a major masquerade breach.
Correct.
But we also have to be super careful because that's likely my father's last mortal descendant.
Yes, that is why we should be careful. Not because he is romantically involved with my touchstone. That is why.
Rowan does not seem to give a flying fuck about the romantic
Rowan doesn't know.
entanglement.
Yeah. Also, Rowan doesn't know about that situation, and yeah, so like he cares because that's last living descendant, which Hawk could not give two shits, versus he's entangled with my touchstone, which Rowan does not give two shits. So like they both hit different paths, same end goal.
He doesn't give two shits because, yeah, he doesn't know that Sarah is not only a mortal descendant of yours, but also one of your touchstones. Like, he's unaware of that connection.
I'm surprised he doesn't know that.
Or at least
they have the last
or
name.
at least he seems like he is unaware.
Yeah. I mean, if it is a major masquerade breach, what, in your current moment, without speaking to the prince about it, what do you think should happen?
As the duly appointed sheriff of the domain of Philadelphia, I am temporarily deputizing you and putting you on this case. Find out.
Had to pull fucking teeth on that one, didn't you? Didn't you, Rowan?
Oh yeah. And he kind of holds up a hand like, only for this case.
Yeah, only for this case, for this specific stuff.
Find out everything you can about this man and bring it all to me.
Got it.
You are not to act. You are not to do anything other than observe, collect, and report.
Got it. Two things. And one thing is dependent on the first thing. First thing. Mm-hmm. Do you want to know what I already know about him? So that way we have a branching off point of what you want, of what you need.
And he'll nod.
Cool.
But we're not going to get into that in this session because we have run a little over time.
Okay.
We're going to power word blah it as Rowan drops you off at your haven.
Cool.
And without saying anything else, he glides off into the night. And before we close out our scene, what's going through your head, Hawk?
I'll message you about that once we're off. he's well. First things first. Before that, is there a way that I could have found phlegmatic? Not phlegmatic. Yes, phlegmatic. Yes.
You know what?
Just real quick before we get the last closing thoughts, because I know that
Give
that
me
was
a
just
heads or
something I really wanted to
give me a heads or tails.
do. Heads.
Yes, you were able to find an
Honors.
acute phlegmatic resonance.
Honors. I will add
you
Scribe the Soul
were
to my sheet, and we're good.
you were able to feed down to hunger 1, and you were able to find that acute phlegmatic resonance.
Cool. I'll add that. And so for last closing thoughts, sorry, just wanted to make sure we got that done because I know I'm horrible when it comes to remembering to feed before the end of session.
It's okay.
So, I mean, Hawk just kind of like he's still frustrated with misreading a situation, as you know, anyone would be. And like it stings, but it doesn't sting as much as a will never. So he's got that going for him. And he really sits with what Kay was talking to him about, and teaching him, because back when John was standing and walking around on 2 legs and cognizant, it was very much a 0 is who you are, but like there's other things there, and then versus Alicia's 0 is not who you are.
Well, both of them said the same thing. 0 is
yeah.
what you are called. 0 is not who you are.
Yeah, it was more along the sense of like one saying that like yes, you did them and you have to atone for them, versus you did them but that wasn't really you when you did them, so you have a chance to be like someone, like that kind of thing, of like the dichotomy of like that type of stuff. And he like sits with that, and also with Kai's just constantly asking him the question of who are you, because during that lesson he kind of like sat with and realized that like he really doesn't know who he is. Everything that he's done has been what he thought other people thought of him as. And so he just kind of sits there for a long time just being like, so who am I?
Who am I?
Yeah, before he just kind of like in a surprising just acceptance of it rather than like fighting against it, he just is like, if I'm no one, if I'm no one, then I can be everyone, in the sense of like I can be whatever I'm needed to be in the moment.
If you are no one, you can be anyone.
Yeah. And he just kind of has that, it's not a sad kind of realization, it's just kind of like a, a sense of it's okay that I'm no one, because that means I'll be better at being what other people want me to be, because that means I'm useful, and that means that I can further my own personal goals by doing that.
Because in certain circles, 0 is a null state. A null state simply lacks definition. There is nothing to define what that state is. It's what makes it null. So Hawk finds himself in a very interesting position. Because he is in a null state, he gets to choose. He does not have his sire looming over him, telling him what he is. Every kindred in any sort of semblance of power in the city has been urging Hawk to choose himself how he is defined. Not by clan, not by title, not by reputation. They have been pushing Hawk to determine for himself who he is.
Yep.
And that's got to feel pretty freeing for a man who has been told for the last 140 some years. Actually 1885. So for the last 140 years, he's been told exactly who he is, who he's supposed to be. He has been shaped and molded by exterior hands, and now the clay has been put into his own hands for the first time since his embrace. It's got to feel pretty scary, but pretty freeing.
Yeah, like up to this point, like he heard people being like, you get to choose who you are, and like the thing is like he heard them, and like he understood what they were saying, but he was like, I don't know, like if there's nothing to go off of, then how do I determine? Like he couldn't quite put the pieces together. But then when Kai kind of explained the feeling, the thing of like putting on roles and stuff like that, I guess something did kind of click in that moment of like, oh, okay, so that's kind of what he can do, is like, oh, okay, well, yeah. And so, yeah.
So, with that, as Hawk prepares for day sleep, he is struck with the notion that for the first time in 140 years, he is truly and finally the master of his own destiny. What that destiny is lays solely on his shoulders. And with that, we will call this session of this side session of Philly by Night to a close. Hawk, please introduce yourself to our viewers at home.
Hello, I'm Nico. I play Hawk, the neurotic caitiff. He's just a little guy. And yeah,
Not anymore.
well, not anymore. No longer just a little guy. Now a little guy with a purpose. And a personality other than everything he's been told to be.
As always, I am Einar. You can find me at Einar_TTRPG anywhere and everywhere I want you to find me, except for Blue Sky, where you can find me at InStars Orbit. I was joined tonight by my fellow, the two other members of the ST staff, Fennec Lee Wilder, who you can find at all of their socials, which are escaping me at the moment, and my ever-present partner in crime, G'dayFX, who you can find at G'dayFX, whether it be with an underscore or not. The Fennec Wolf. You can find Fennec at the Fennec Wolf on most social media. You can also find Philly by Night on all of our various social media platforms, TikTok, YouTube, Blue Sky, at Philadelphia by Night. I want you all to have a wonderful evening. And remember, just because we play monsters doesn't mean we can't be the light in somebody's world. Stay safe, and we'll see you again next time.